Welcome to Go Get Great, the podcast for aspiring entrepreneurs and ambitious small business owners. I'm your host, Brittany, owner of Brittany Miller Socials and mother of 3. Go Get Great is all about helping you make life and business work together. You'll learn about the fumbles that helped get me and my guests to where we are today so you don't have to make them. So come join the journey with Go Get Great. Good morning, everyone. How are you? I wanted to pop in here and do a quick little mini episode for you because there is something new shaking up the social media landscape, and I feel it would be a disservice not to talk about this with you. So many of you may have heard there is a new app out there called Threads. So it is an extension of Instagram, but it is an entirely new app. You may have heard of it, you may not. You may be seeing funny things on people's Instagram profile. There's like little numbers under your name and picture now, and a lot of them have this little kind of at-like symbol in the top corner on your profile. So if you're seeing these things, that is the new Threads app. So what it is basically like Twitter from Instagram, in the sense that it is designed to be more of like a text-based social media app, a way to really connect and converse without having so much time invested in creating visual content to go along with it. Literally Twitter for Instagram. So as much as I love me some Reels, I've been on the platform since it launched, and I'm actually having fun with it. I was never a Twitter girl. Didn't do it. Not my thing. Don't like character limits. Threads, you can actually type a little bit more. You have a little bit more flexibility and freedom there. So I appreciate that. And it's just really nice to be able to like have a random fun thought and type it out in 3 seconds or less and not have to worry about finding trending audio and creating Reels transitions to go along with it. So I'm really enjoying that piece of it. It's definitely new and still growing. There were a lot of people that signed up with it initially. So you'll see some pretty substantial stats of people that are already on the platform, but there's also a lot of people that are not on the platform yet. If you're listening to it, you might be one of those people, and that's okay. So I want to talk about whether or not it makes sense for you to dive headfirst into something completely new and potentially very different for your business. So as I always have said, if you've listened, especially to my episode, I think it's number 3, called Should I Be on TikTok? The first thing you need to do is really think about who your target clients are, because if your ideal clients are not on the platform, then you really shouldn't be investing your precious time and energy into being on it either, because you're probably not going to get any sales income from it. So the Threads demographic is obviously still very new and probably not very defined yet. I haven't seen any concrete information about demographics for it, but I will say is that it is an extension of Instagram. So logically speaking, the people that are on Instagram are the first people to be on Threads. So if your audience is on Instagram, chances are it might be of interest for you to be on the Threads platform. That being said, you also need to think about your capacity as a business owner. That's kind of the second key feature. If you're already feeling really maxed out and stressed, I don't recommend stepping into a new platform. Is it relatively user-friendly? I think so, but it still has a learning curve. That being said, the setup time for this app is much shorter. You can literally just hit copy from Instagram, and it will upload all of the people that you follow. It will let all of the people that are following you know that you are on Threads when they sign up, and it will like auto follow them. You can input your profile picture and your bio. So the setup time was honestly about 30 seconds, which I did find to be fantastic. One of the biggest things that I don't like is setting up a new social media platform and taking the time to really fill that out. So I appreciated that. Instagram and Threads are linked too, so you can very easily click through from one to the other, and you can share content from one to the other relatively easily as well. So there are lots of benefits to the platform, but again, you still need to think about what your capacities are as an entrepreneur, whether it makes sense for you to do this. I will say that there are a couple kind of fun things to consider. Is it is a very new platform. So if one of your big frustrations with Instagram is that you feel like you're not making headway because there is a lot of noise in the platform, then it might be worthwhile for you to check out Threads because you can kind of get in, make some initial, we'll call it waves, before there is so many people on there that it is overcrowded in that sense. So that's kind of a fun thing to do. Like I said, it is more text based, so it can be easier to create content. We'll put content in quotes. It can be easier to create content for the platform because you can just go in there and type out the thoughts that you have. So that's really what Threads is all about right now. It's about being very real and authentic and just kind of sharing what's on your mind. It is not a strategy or not a platform that you need to have a curated social media strategy for yet, per se. But as with anything that I recommend as a social media manager, you do need to remember your business. So if you're on Threads and you're a social media manager like me, let's say, make sure that you're talking about social media related content on there. I wouldn't go off on a tangent about how amazing Star Wars is, A, because I'm not a Star Wars fan, but B, because it's not really relevant. And by the time we get to a point where we want to be starting to convert the people that follow us on Threads to customers, we want to make sure that we have the right customers on the platform to make that transition quite seamlessly. So a few other things to note about the platform, although you can just do text-based, you can also add attachments. You've got the lovely little paperclip icon to make it very easy to understand. And you can add photos, you can add videos, you can copy and paste links into the platform as well. You do not have access to your clipboard on your phone, but you can copy and then immediately paste something in. So you can actually include links to your website or an event registration page or a lead magnet if you wanted to talk about those things there. You do also still have the same link in bio feature that you have on Instagram. So you can be promoting your business, technically speaking, on the platform already. I've also done a few kind of experimental posts. So follow me on Threads if you're listening to this and you're not yet. If you decide to create an account, make sure you follow me. And I've been sharing some kind of social media content and things like that there as well. And also creating posts on Threads and then sharing them back to Instagram. So you'll notice that there's a very easy share option on Threads, and you have the choice to share to feed or share to stories. And it comes up with this, kind of Threads themed background and then the post text that you've written, and it will share automatically to your stories or to your feed, which is a really nice integration feature if you're planning on kind of keeping Threads around long term. That being said, Threads did have a very quick initial adoption. Lots of people are on the platform already. Will it stick around? Who knows? We've kind of seen a lot of social media platforms come and go in the last little while. Clubhouse was really popular about a year ago, and then it kind of died off. Be Real kind of went viral a little bit and has also backed away some. And I'm sure there's a few others that I'm just not remembering at this point. So stay tuned, to be determined whether or not it's going to stick around. But so far, I'm on the platform. I'm playing around with it. I'm having a little bit of fun, and I wanted to kind of share my take on it so far. So if I had to give it a rating, I don't know, I think maybe like a 7 or 8. Like, I kind of like it. It doesn't have like a DM feature, so it's not designed for like cold messaging or anything like that, which is actually kind of a selling point of the platform right now. I'm not being bombarded by sales emails. But that being said, I do also message people and be like, hey, I'd love to work with you. And I can't do that on Threads. So I've got to docket some points for that. But yeah, it's easy to set up. It's pretty fun to use. There are people on it, maybe not as many people. And you kind of have that community feature that I like from Instagram. You can comment, you can reshare, or you can quote, which is like sharing with your own writing at the top. Kind of gives me like Facebook vibes there, which makes sense. They own Facebook too. So yeah, they kind of brought like the benefits of those two platforms together and created Threads. So far I'm liking it. I do have to say though that one of the reasons why I only gave it like a 7, 8 out of 10 is because I in general do enjoy creating video content and playing around with those Reels transitions. So I would never give up Instagram for Threads, but I do think that there is an opportunity for them to kind of have their own place in my social media strategy. So I'm excited to kind of see how that shakes out. And I hope that you are too. So if you listen to this, definitely pop into the comment section of the podcast, or if you're watching this on YouTube, because I'm putting these up on YouTube now, let me know. What do you think? Are you on Threads? Drop your handle in there so that I can make sure I follow you if you are, and let me know what you think. Are you liking it? Not liking it so much? What would you like to see happen on the platform? Let me know. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you found some useful information in this episode, and it's going to help you blend life and business to take life from good to great. That was cheesy. Cut that out, Gray. I hope that you found some useful information in this episode. As always, thank you so much for listening. Until next time. Thank you so much for tuning in to Go Get Great. I hope you found some useful tips and tricks that can help you make life and business work together. If what I said resonates with you, please share it on social media, and don't forget to tag at Brittany Miller's socials so that I can celebrate you for taking those first steps towards achieving greatness. Remember, success doesn't happen overnight. It takes dedication, hard work, and a lot of spirit. So don't be afraid to dream big and go after what you want. Keep striving for greatness. You get closer with every step forward, no matter how small they may seem. Until next time, go get great.